Hi students, here we are discussing 100 MCQ from the chapter Biomolecules. Our aim is not to just discuss 100 MCQ through this entire discussion. We should catch the entire concept from the chapter Biomolecules. So from each chapter we are going to discuss 100 MCQs. Ready all? So Biomolecule 100 MCQ question number 1 here for you. Glucose react with HNO3 gives, glucose, there are some reactions we have to study. Glucose when react with the nitric acid, nitric acid is a strong oxidation. Glucose on reaction with bromine water give you gluconic acid, whereas nitric acid give you succaric acid, right? Succaric acid, option B is the answer. You may study glucose when react with a mild oxidizing agent bromine water, it give you gluconic acid, and with a strong oxidizing agent that is concentrated HNO3 give succaric acid. That is option B. Next one, which of the following is not a polysaccharide? Which is not a polysaccharide? Can you answer, my dear? Cellulose is a polysaccharide. Fructose is a monosaccharide, right? Monosaccharide. But cellulose, starch and glycogen are what? Polysaccharide, right? Polysaccharide. Question number 3. Which of the following is a non-reducing sugar? Non-reducing sugar. We have a non-reducing sugar. Which one? Sucrose, right? Sucrose is the non-reducing sugars we have. Question number 4, the functional group which is found in amino acid. What is the general formula of amino acid, my dear? That is RCHNH2 and we have COOH. So what are the two functional group present in which one amino acid? Can you say acid and amine? Acid and amine, both A and B, right? Both A and B. Both acid and amine is present in which one? An amino acid. Ready? Question number 5. The vitamin absorb. There are two kind of vitamin. Water soluble vitamin and fat soluble vitamin, right? Vitamin A, D, E, K are fat soluble one. Vitamin B and C are which one? Water soluble, except vitamin B12. So the vitamin absorbed from intestine along with the fats, that's asking which is a fat soluble vitamin. Which is a fat soluble vitamin, dear? A and D, right? A and D are fat soluble. See, others contain B, C. B and C, vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamin. Be careful. Question number 6, the helical structure of protein. Right? The helical structure of protein is stabilized by which one? Hydrogen bond. We studied in alpha helix, one turn CO group, adjacent turn NH group, having which bond? Hydrogen bond. Remember all? The alpha helical structure of protein is stabilized by which bond? Hydrogen bond. Okay. So that is hydrogen bond, option C. Question number 7. Which of the following has a branched structure? Branched structure we studied in amylopectin. Amylopectin. Starch components are amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is linear, whereas amylopectin is branched one, right? Option A. Now, glucose react with the acetic anhydride give you. Glucose when react with the acetic anhydride, you will get glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate, which shows that glucose contain 5 OH group. Yes. Next one. Which of the following has not a glycosidic linkage? What is a glycosidic linkage? It is the bond between two monosaccharides, right? Glycosidic linkage is the bond between two monosaccharides. Sucrose made up of glucose and fructose. Yes, there is a bond. Amylose is made up of what? Alpha D glucose and more alpha D glucose are there. They have the connection. But galactose, dear, galactose is a monosaccharide. Galactose is a monosaccharide. There is no two monosaccharides join. Galactose is a single monosaccharide. What about maltose? Maltose made up of alpha D glucose and alpha D glucose. They are joined by which bond? The glycosidic linkage. So there is no glycosidic linkage in galactose. Galactose is a single monosaccharide. Next one, amino acids are the building blocks of a simple question. Which one? Proteins, amino acid, right? Proteins are made up of alpha amino acids. Ready? Question number 11. Which carbohydrate is an essential constituent of plant cell? Which one? Cellulose is the component present in plant cell, and also it is the most abundant carbohydrate in nature. Now, enzymes in the living system. What are enzymes? Enzymes are biological catalysts, right? They catalyze biological reactions. Next one, the number of chiral carbons in beta D plus glucose is, hope you remember, the anomers of glucose, alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. Ready? So, beta D glucose structure, my dear, do you remember the structure of beta D glucose, the ring structure? We will be having CH2OH, H is there, OH, H is there, HOH is there, OH, H is there. You know the first carbon, if OH left and H right, then it is called beta form. Yes or no? This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please check it all of you. The first carbon, right? The first carbon where OH if left, then it is called beta form. If first carbon OH right, then it is called alpha form. You know, alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are called anomers. Correct. So the number of chiral carbons in beta D plus glucose. Let's see how many chiral carbon. What is meant by chiral carbon? You know the carbon whose four bonds are connected to 4 different groups. Here you see this carbon connected to OH, H and oxygen and a big group. This all are different, so this is chiral. This carbon connected to H, OH, a different group, all are different, it's chiral. So this also chiral, this also chiral, this also chiral because it's connected to H, CH2OH, oxygen and a big group, all are different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 5 carbons are which was chiral in this compound, 5 carbon. What about this carbon here? It is not chiral because same 2 element is their hydrogen. Ready? So the alpha D glucose or a beta D glucose, they contain 5 chiral carbon atom in that. Ready? Now which one is correct? Which one is correct? Starch is a polymer of alpha glucose. Yes, starch is made up of what? Alpha D glucose. Amylose is a component of cellulose. No, amylose is a component of starch, right? So, starch is a polymer. I think let's go with option A. They're asking which is correct, right? Starch is a polymer of alpha glucose. And proteins are components of only one type of amino acid. No, different amino acids may be there. In cyclic structure of uranose, these are 4 carbon atom and 1 oxygen atom. So what is the answer? Option A, starch is made up of alpha D glucose, correct. Which base is present in RNA but not in DNA? Very simple. You know, DNA contain the bases ATGC, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Whereas RNA contain AUGC, adenine, uracil, guanine and cytosine. So question, which base is present in RNA? Not in DNA, that is what? Uracil. Present in RNA, that is uracil. They ask you the other question, which base is present in DNA? Not in RNA. DNA contain thymine, but not in RNA, it is uracil. Now glycogen, what is glycogen? Animal starch. Glycogen is a branched chain polymer of alpha D glucose unit in which a chain is formed, C1 and C4 glycosidic linkage, whereas branching occur by the C1 C6 glycosidic linkage. Structure of glycogen is similar to, dear, glycogen. Glycogen is called animal starch, which is found in our brain, liver and muscles, right? You may study. So similar to glycogen, which compound? Here we have the structure. You know, glycogen is branched. Branched structure is which one? Amylopectin present in starch. Now, which of the following polymer is stored in the liver of animal? In our muscles, brain and liver, the starch, the glucose unit is stored as what? Glycogen, right? Glycogen is called animal starch, which is found in our muscles, brain and liver. Right? Now, sucrose is a disaccharide. 1 molecule of sucrose on hydrolysis. You know, sucrose on hydrolysis, we will get alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. So, what do you get? 2 molecules of glucose? No. third option is there. 1 molecule of glucose, 1 molecule of fructose. Let's go with option third one. Ready all? So sucrose is made up of what? Alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Now, which of the following pair represent anomers? What are anomers? Dear, anomers we will say in cyclic compound, cyclic monosaccharide. So these are open chain. Let me cut option 1 and option 2 because they are open chain structure, not cyclic. So these all are cyclic, right? Cyclic compounds only we can say anomers. Anomers are cyclic monosaccharides. Ready? So here, what is the first condition for anomers? First, they are isomer, right? Isomer mean same number of carbon should be there. Ready? Yes, there are same number of carbon. 6 carbon is there. And what are anomers? They are only one carbon. Only one carbon configuration is different. Only one carbon. Here you see this carbon OH right, H left. Here this carbon H right, OH means they are different, right? This carbon OH right, H left. And here OH right, H left. Same. Okay, I think this is one is an anomer. Why it's so? Because only one carbon configuration is different. See the first carbon, that only the carbon configurations are different. Here the carbon OH right, but here the carbon OH left. Rest of all carbon same configuration. But what about this one? Here you see this carbon OH right, H left, but this carbon OH left, H right. Their configuration is different. Even this carbon OH right, this carbon OH left. You see, more than one carbon configurations are different. That is not anomer. Anomers are isomer in cyclic compound where only one carbon configurations are different. Now, which of the following disaccharide is a non-reducing sugar? Dear, non-reducing sugar is which one? Our sucrose. Sucrose is made up of alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. You know, glucose we expressed in which ring? Pyran. And fructose we expressed in which ring? Furanose, right? Furan ring. You just check it, where is a pyran ring and furan ring? What is a pyran ring? We will express like this. And what about furan ring? We will express like this. Where it is? Where it is? Where it is? This is pyran, pyran. This is pyran and this is furan, that is option 2. And this is all are pyran, 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 pyran. So sucrose, non-reducing sugar is which one? Sucrose, and sucrose is made up of what? Alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Glucose is in pyran form, fructose is in furan form. So option 2. Now, which of the following acid is a vitamin? Which is an acid? Which is a vitamin? Dear, ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Please note it all. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Now, dinucleotide is obtained by joining two nucleotide. You know what is a nucleotide? They join together by phosphodiester linkage. Yes. Between which carbon atom? We know two nucleotides are joined between 5' and 3', fifth carbon and third carbon between two nucleotide. So 5' and 3'. So remember all, between two nucleotide, the connection between C1 and C5 and C3. Now, nucleic acids are the polymers of DNA, RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA is ribonucleic acid. The nucleic acids are joined by many nucleotides, right? So n number of nucleotides give you what? Nucleic acid. Nucleic acid. So nucleic acids are made up of what? Nucleotides, right? Nucleic acids are made up of nucleotides. Now, which of the following statement is not true about glucose? Not true. It is an aldohexose. Yes, it contains 6 carbon and aldehyde, therefore it's an aldohexose. On heating with HI, it will give you N-hexane. Yes. It is present in furanose form. No, glucose is present in pyranose form. So 3 is the answer. And you know, glucose do not give 2 for dinitrophenylhydrazine test. Now, each polypeptide in a protein has amino acids linked to each other in a specific and sequence. This sequence of amino acid is called primary structure of protein. There are 4 structures for protein, right? Primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. What is meant by primary structure? It is a specific and sequential arrangement of amino acids in a polypeptide chain, right? A protein chain. So specific and sequential arrangement, what do you call? Primary structure. Now DNA and RNA contain 4 bases, right? DNA contain ATGC, RNA contain AUGC. Which of the following bases is not present in RNA? Which is that? Thymine. Thymine is only present in which one? DNA, right? Which of the following B group vitamin can be stored in our body? Generally, vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamin. They can't able to store in our body because they dissolve the water content in our body and excreted through urine. And except which one? Vitamin B12. Except what? Vitamin B12 that can be stored in our body. Which of the following vitamin B group vitamins are stored in our body? Vitamin B12 here. All vitamin B and C are water soluble. We can't able to store in our body except vitamin B12. Now, 3 cyclic structures are given here. Which of the following are anomers? What are anomers? We already discussed. Only 1 carbon configuration is different. Dear student, very simple. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon. So, third one I can cut it because anomers are actually isomer. So, formula should be correct. Here 6 carbon, here 7 carbon. Cut it. So, 1 and 2 only possible. And what is the condition to become anomer? Only 1 carbon configuration is different. You check it all. This carbon OH right, this carbon OH left. Rest of all groups are same. So we can go with the 1 and 2 are anomers. Next one, optical. Optical rotation of some components are given here. Which of the following have D configuration? Dear all, if you want to check it whether it is D or L configuration, very simple. Check the second last carbon. Check the second last carbon. Which is the second last carbon here? This one. See the second last carbon, this one. Second last carbon, this one. Where if OH is on right, they are D. So here you see OH on right, D. OH on right, D. OH on right, D. On the second last carbon, if OH on right, then you can put it as it's what? D configuration in our normal system. If OH is left, L configuration. So all of them, 1, 2, 3, all are D configuration. Now the next question, carbohydrates are classified on the basis of their behavior on hydrolysis and also reducing or non-reducing sugar. Sucrose is belongs to, is it a monosaccharide? No, sucrose is a disaccharide, right? Sucrose is a disaccharide. Is it a reducing sugar? No, sucrose is non-reducing sugar. Is it a polysaccharide? No. So what is the answer? It's a disaccharide. Now, amino acids are classified as acidic, basic and neutral on the basis of the number of, acid group and amine group. If a compound contain, if the amino acid contain more acid group than amine, then it become acidic. If it contain more amine group than acid, it become basic. And same number of acid and amine present, they are neutral. So, question here it is. Which of the following are acidic in nature? All of you come on, what is the answer? This compound contain 1 acid, 1 amine. Equal number mean they are neutral. They are neutral. Here it contain 2 acid and 1 amine. So more acidic group, therefore it will be acidic. This is 1 amine, 1 acid. So it is neutral. Here 2 acid, 1 amine. So more acidic mean this is what overall acidic. So 2 and 4 both are acidic in nature. Now which one of the following compound is found abundantly in nature? Which one? Cellulose. Cellulose is present in plants, which is the most abundant carbohydrate in nature. Which of the following treatment will convert starch directly into glucose? We studied what is starch. Starch is C6H10O5 N times. This is formula of starch. Starch, when you dissolve in n number of water in presence of an acid, any acid, H2SO4 and all, at consider H2SO4 and all, at 393 Kelvin and 2 to 3 atm pressure, you will get n number of C6H12O6, that is glucose. So starch, how you can convert it to glucose is the question. Heating with dilute H2SO4. Starch, when you heat it with H2SO4 at this temperature and pressure, you will get glucose. This is the commercial preparation of glucose. On oxidation with a mild oxidizing agent like bromine water, glucose is oxidized too. Come on all. Glucose, when react with the bromine water, it give you gluconic acid. Gluconic acid, gluconic, this is glucaric, okay, gluconic acid. During acetylation of glucose, it need X moles of acetic anhydride. How many moles? 5. You know, glucose, when react with the 5 acetic anhydride, you will get glucose pentaacetate, which shows that glucose contain 5 OH group. So answer is 5. The letter D in the carbohydrate represent what? Configuration, okay? D and L corresponds to what? Configuration, arrangement. Don't write dextro-levo. Dextro-rotator is expressed by small d or positive sign. Careful. Capital D and L represent configuration. Next one. Pick up the incorrect statement from the following. Glucose exists in two different crystalline form, alpha and Z means D and beta D glucose, correct. Cyclic structure of alpha D glucose and beta D glucose is called pyranose structure. Yes, glucose expressed in pyranose. Alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are enantiomer. No, they are called what? Anomers. Alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are called what? Anomers. Careful. The anomeric carbon in D plus glucose is, we discussed which one? C1 carbon. In alpha D glucose and beta D glucose, only the first carbon configuration is different. Therefore, it is called the anomeric carbon. Remember all, in glucose, C1 is the anomeric carbon. In fructose, C2 is the anomeric carbon. Now, alpha and beta forms of glucose are called what? They are called anomers. Alpha beta form is called anomers. Now, the correct statement about the following disaccharide is, what is this ring all? This is our glucose ring, pyran, and this is what? Furan ring. So, question, ring 1 is pyranose with the alpha glycosidic linkage. Ring 1 is furanose, no. Ring 2 is pyranose, no. Right. So, answer is option A. Ring 1 is pyranose, ring 2 is furanose, and the connection between what? Alpha. What is this actually? This is glucose, this is fructose, right? Glucose and fructose is there, glycosidic linkage is there. Now, which one of the following sets a monosaccharide from sucrose? Already we discussed alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Alpha D gluco means glucose we always expressed in pyranose, fructose we expressed in furanose. So what is answer? Alpha D glucopyranose and beta D fructofuranose, option B. 42. What are the hydrolysis product of sucrose? Simple question. Glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. Now, glycosidic linkage is an, have you seen glycosidic linkage? There will be a ring here, there will be a ring here, between there is an oxygen chain. So this is like our ROR, it's a type of ether linkage. Remember all, glycosidic linkage is a type of ether linkage, okay, ether. Glycosidic linkage is present between what? Monosaccharide. Glycosidic linkage is the bond between monosaccharide. Now, study the structure of maltose and mark the incorrect statement. You know, maltose is a disaccharide made up of alpha D glucose and alpha D glucose between C1 and C4 connection. Maltose is composed of 2 alpha D glucose, correct. C1 of one glucose connected to C4 of other glucose, correct. It is a non-reducing sugar. No, maltose is a reducing sugar. Non-reducing sugar is which one? Sucrose. Now, the glycosidic linkage involved in linking the glucose unit in amylose parties. Dear all, in amylose, the connection between C1 and C4 glycosidic linkage. C1 and C4 C1 and C4 alpha. Why alpha? Because amylose is made up of what? Alpha D glucose. Okay, alpha D glucose, C1 and C4 are connected. Question number 47. What is the basic formula of starch? What is the formula of starch? C6H10O5 times. 48. Starch is composed of two polysaccharides which are amylose and amylopectin. Amylose and amylopectin. Amylose. So starch is components are amylose and amylopectin. Next, in cellulose, D-glucose units are joined by. Dear, cellulose is made up of which glucose? Beta D-glucose. Connection between C1 and C4. C1 and C4. So what you can say? Beta 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Question number 50. Carbohydrates are stored in human body as the polysaccharide. What you call? Glycogen. Therefore, it's called animal starch. Question number 51. A compound which contain both amino and acid is called amino acid. Yes or no? The compound which contain both amino and acid group is called amino acid. The amino acids in polypeptide chain are joined by peptide linkage. What is the bond between two amino acid? Peptide linkage. So that contain amino acid and peptide linkage. 52. Which of the following is not true about amino acid? They are constituent of all protein. Yes, proteins are made up of amino acid. Alanine having one amino and one carboxylic group. Dear all, what is alanine structure? That is CH3, CHNH2, COOH. This is called alanine. Yes, one amine, one acid group. Most naturally occurring amino acids have D configuration, clearly mentioned in textbook. Most naturally occurring amino acids having L configuration. This is wrong, dear. Option C is the answer. Remember, most naturally occurring amino acids having L configuration. Okay. Now, glycine is the only, you know what is glycine structure? CH3 and CH3. The structure of glycine is NH2, CH2, COOH. Glycine is the only one optically inactive because there is no chiral carbon in glycine. Ready? So answer is C. Amino acids are classified as this question, the same one already we discussed before. Question, which of the following are acidic? Acidic means they contain more acid group. Here you see one amine, one acid, so it is neutral. Here also one acid, one amine, neutral. But you see 2 and 4, there are 2 acid and only one amine, so it's acidic. Here also 2 acid and 1 amine, acidic. So 2 and 4 are which one? Acidic. Question number 54, zwitter ion question. Carefully listen on. What is the general formula of amino acid? RCHNH2 and we have COOH. Yes or no? This is our amino acid. Now, this is the acidic group here and this is the basic group here. Yes or no? Now, in this case, let me write the zwitter ion. How zwitter ion form? By giving the lone pair, they will take the H. So, you will get RCHCOO minus and NH3 plus. Ready? Here you see this having positive charge and negative charge. The one species contain same positive and negative charge. What you call a dipolar species. This is called what? Zwitter ion. Dear, now the acidic and basic groups are switched. Here the negative part is the basic part because it can accept H plus. This one can lose H plus. Therefore, it is acidic part. So, question. Amino acid generally exist in the form of zwitter ion. This means they contain, in zwitter ion they are asking, zwitter ion contain acidic NH3 plus and basic COO minus. Basic COO minus and acidic NH3 plus, option D. Remember, acidic and basic group will be switched when it's converted to zwitter ion. Now, which compound can exist in a zwitter ion or dipolar structure? Zwitter ion is given by what? Amino acid. Amino acid contain which all group? NH2 group and COH group. Check it where this group is present, all NH2. That is option B, that contain both NH2 and COH group. That is an amino acid. It can exist in zwitter ion. Question 56, the melting point of amino acids are higher than the corresponding halo acids because Why amino acids having high melting point? Because they can exist in zwitter ionic form. There is a dipole stronger interaction. Here amino acid exists as zwitter ion, resulting in strong dipole attraction, option A. Because of the zwitter ion existence of amino acid, because of the strong dipole interaction, amino acids having high melting point. Proteins are condensation polymer of what? Alpha amino acid. What is the general formula of amino acid? RCH, and we have COOH. Yes or no? Here, which is the main functional group? Acid. You know the main functional group connected carbon is called alpha. In alpha carbon there is a amino group. Therefore, it's called alpha amino carboxylic acid. Option A. Which of the following represent a peptide chain? Dear all, peptide chain is an amide linkage because it contains CONH connection, amide bond. You check it, two amino acids when you join, you can see the linkage C double bond O NH connection. So you check it after a particular interval where this group is repeated. That is the protein chain. You can able to see CONH is there, CONH is there between this carbon should come. So option C. So you may think like why it's not option A? Dear all, this is CONH but nearby also NH is there. Have you seen? There will be like this. There will be like this CONH connection will be there. Left and right you can see carbons. Again CONH is repeated. That is peptide linkage. In fibrous protein, polypeptide chains are held together by hydrogen bond. You know what is a fibrous protein? When two polypeptide chain running parallel. When two protein chain running parallel, they held together by hydrogen bond and make it what? Very stronger one and insoluble in water. Fibrous protein structures are held together by hydrogen bond. What is a primary structure of a protein? It is a specific and sequential arrangement of amino acids in a protein chain. So sequence in which alpha amino acids are linked to one another is called primary structure of protein. Most common type of secondary structure of protein are of two types. What are they? Alpha helix and beta pleated. Alpha helix and beta pleated sheet-like structure. Denaturation of protein leads to the loss of. Can you say what are the observations in denaturation? Right? When a native protein subjected to a physical change or chemical change, four observations are there. Its secondary and tertiary structure completely destroyed. Primary structure remain intact and lost its biological activity, and also one more is there. Which one? The globular protein get what? Fibrous protein. So formation of denaturation of protein leads to loss of its biological activity by what? Loss of primary? No. Loss of both primary? No. Loss of both secondary and tertiary structure. Biological amino acids lost their secondary and tertiary structure completely, but primary structure remain intact. Now, on boiling egg, they are all boiling of egg, curdling of milk, these all are denaturation, okay? Boiling of egg, what structural change happen? Secondary and tertiary structure are destroyed, but primary structure remain intact. They are connecting with the denaturation. Now, vitamin C must be supplied in our diet. Vitamin B and vitamin C must be supplied in our diet because they are water soluble vitamin. In our body, water is there, so that vitamin B and C dissolve in water and excreted through urine. We can't able to store in our body. So it is water soluble, hence excreted in urine and it can't stored in our body. 55. Deficiency of vitamin E. Please study the table, my dear. With deficiency of vitamin E causes what? Muscular weakness. Muscular weakness. And match the vitamin and their deficiency. Let us start. Vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 causes what? Beriberi. Vitamin B2. So A third we have D option. Vitamin B2 causes chelosis. Vitamin B12 causes pernicious anemia. Vitamin B6 causes what? Convulsions, right? D with the first one. Ready? So study the vitamin and deficiency. Nucleic acids are, what are nucleic acid? DNA and RNA. Nucleic acids are long chain polymers of nucleotides. Nucleic acids are made up of what? Nucleotide. Nucleoside on hydrolysis. What is a nucleoside? A nucleoside contain a pentose sugar where the first carbon contain a nitrogen base. A pentose sugar with a nitrogen base is called nucleoside. So an aldopentose and a nitrogen base. And what is a nucleotide? Along with this nucleoside, we have a phosphate group on the fifth carbon. Sorry, the fifth carbon is called which one? Nucleotide. So here a pentose sugar and a nitrogen base. Guanine is an example of, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, uracil. These all are what? Nitrogen bases, nitrogenous bases. Question number 70. Bases common to RNA and DNA. DNA contain ATGC, RNA contain AUGC. So which all are common in DNA and RNA? That is AGC, adenine, guanine and cytosine. 71. In DNA, the complementary bases are, in DNA, if one strand is this, the other strand is this. One strand connected, in one strand, if adenine is there, other strand it's bonded to thymine through a double bond. If one strand contain guanine, other strand it's bonded through cytosine. ATGC, this is the pair. Adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine. A unit in nucleic acid which contain the bases, sugar and phosphate all together, what you call? It's a nucleotide. A pentose sugar and base and phosphate all together, what you call? Nucleotide. If one strand of DNA contain ATGC, then what is the other strand contain? They're all adenine always bonded to thymine, guanine always bonded to cytosine. Remember. So A, T, T, A, C, here G, here A, C, G. Where it is T, A, C, G, A, C, G, C, G, right? Now the last one is A, right? Sorry for that. The last one I think they given, A is given, A means thymine should be there. So TA, CG, AA, CT, that is option D. So they give you one strand, other strand we have to make the base pair. Now match the column. What is a nucleoside? Nucleoside means a pentose sugar with a base. Pentose sugar with a base, that is A. A third one, that's option A. Nucleotide mean base is there, sugar is there and the phosphate group is there. Sugar, base and phosphoric acid, that is B. And DNA contain thymine, and RNA contain which one? Uracil. Ready my dear? Next one, match the column. Where you can see peptide linkage. Peptide linkage is between amino acid in protein. So this is A with the third one, that's C. Nucleic acid. Nucleic acids are what? Nucleic acids are made up of nucleotide. Ready? Hydrolysis of cane sugar. Cane sugar means sucrose. Sucrose is an invert sugar, inversion. And starch is a polysaccharide. Ready? And RNA molecules are of three types. Which all are the different type of RNA? mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. Messenger RNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA. Messenger, not translation. Messenger, ribosomal and transfer RNA. C. Now glucose on heating with HI. Glucose when heated with a hydrogen iodide, we will get normal hexane, which proves that all the 6 carbon in glucose are in a straight chain. 78. Which one of the following is an amino acid? Amino acid mean they contain amine group and acid. Where it is? Amine is there, acid is there. Yes, this is D. The final product of starch. Starch is fully made up of what? Alpha D glucose. So starch when digest, what do you get? Alpha D glucose, right? Which one? Alpha D glucose. Proteins found in a biological system with a unique 3-dimensional structure and biological activity is called what? Native protein. What is a native protein? A protein with a regular 3-dimensional structure and biological activity called what? Native protein. This native protein we are subjected to what? The physical and chemical change either by change in temperature or change in by pH, and we are doing the denaturation process. Ready? Next one, vitamin A. Vitamin A related to eye, retina. Vitamin A is called retinol. Nucleotide are joined together by dear between two monosaccharide bond is glycosidic linkage. Between two amino acid peptide linkage. Between two nucleotide phosphodiester linkage. It is a type of ester linkage. So between two nucleotide we have phosphodiester linkage. Scurvy. Scurvy is the deficiency causes what? Vitamin C. Vitamin C. What is vitamin C? Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. So vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy. Now, which of the following reagent does not react with glucose? Does not. We studied NH2OH. What is NH2OH is called hydroxylamine. Glucose react with a hydroxylamine give you glucose oxime. And HCN give you glucose cyanohydrin. Bromine water give you gluconic acid. All reaction we studied except 2,4-DNP reagent. Glucose do not respond to 2,4-DNP test because we know glucose when converted to the cyclic form aldehyde group is not remain there. Which among the following is a water-soluble vitamin? Which all are water-soluble vitamin? Vitamin B and C. Vitamin B and C. Vitamin C. Which are among the following is a water-soluble vitamin? What are the hydrolysis product of lactose? Lactose is a disaccharide. It is made up of beta D glucose and beta D galactose. Beta D glucose and beta D galactose. Beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Which of the following is incorrect? Incorrect about glucose. Come on, all read it. Read it. Which is incorrect about glucose? It contains 4. What is glucose structure? Hope you remember. What is the glucose structure? Here we have CH2OH and here we have an aldehyde group and here we have a OHH, here we have OHH, then HOH, then OHH. This is the open chain structure of glucose. Which of the following incorrect? It contains 4 CHOH. Yes, this is what CHOH, 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 CHOH. Yes, 4 are there. It contains 1 CH2OH. Yes. It contains 1 aldehyde group. Yes. It one contain ketone. No. Glucose is a aldohexose. It contain aldehyde. No ketones. Option D. The amino acid which can be synthesized in the body are known as non-essential amino acid. The one which can synthesize in our body is called non-essential. The one which we can't able to synthesize in our body called non-essential, which is getting only through diet, right? So the one which is synthesized in our body are non-essential. Now, sucrose is a dash compound. You know, sucrose on hydrolysis, it give you what? Glucose and fructose, right? Hope you remember that. Sucrose is dextrorotatory, but on hydrolysis it give you overall levorotatory. There is dextro become levo, therefore sucrose what we call invert sugar, right? Invert sugar. So sucrose is dextrorotatory, on hydrolysis it becomes levorotatory B. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to starch? It is a polymer of beta D glucose. No. Starch is made up of which one? Alpha D glucose. Okay, it is a polymer. Yes. It gives blue color with iodine. Yes. It consists of branched chain. What is that? Amylopectin is there. The branching in the dash component of starch occurs by the glycosidic linkage between dash carbon. The branching, you know, starch contain amylose and amylopectin, which is the branched component amylopectin. In amylopectin, where is the branch present? C1 and C6. C1 and C6. So that is amylopectin with a C1 and C6, right? You know, amylopectin is branched one. It contains linear as well as branches. Linear between C1 and C4, branching between C1 and C6. Now, cellulose is a saccharide. Cellulose is what? It's a polysaccharide. Monosaccharide, no. Branched chain, no. Beta glucose straight chain. Yes, cellulose is made up of what? Beta D glucose unit. And right, what is not oligosaccharide, right? Deficiency of vitamin B1 causes beriberi. Vitamin B1 causes beriberi. Remember, okay? See, xerophthalmia or night blindness is because of the chelosis convulsions and all other. B1, B2 is there. Scurvy is because of what? Vitamin B, C, vitamin C, scurvy. Deficiency of vitamin B12 causes Pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia. Deficiency of vitamin D. Now vitamin D causes what? Rickets, bone deformities. Related to bone, rickets is by vitamin D. Type of bond between two nucleotide. What is the bond between two nucleotide is called phosphodiester linkage. It is a type of what? Ester linkage. Now, what is the correct general formula of carbohydrate? Carbohydrate general formula CXH2O Y time. CXH2O Y time. 98. Carbohydrate that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide. You know, carbohydrate we can classify it as monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharide. Yes or no? Monosaccharide means they do not undergo further dissociation. Oligosaccharide means they undergo dissociation and give you 2 to 10 monosaccharide. Yes, 2 to 10 monosaccharide is given by what? Oligosaccharide. If a monosaccharide contain an aldehyde group, then what is the carbohydrate is called? Aldose. If it contains ketone, it's called ketose. Now, how much percentage constituent of starch is amylopectin? You know, starch having two components, amylose and amylopectin. Dear, amylose is around 15 to 20% of starch and it is water soluble component, and amylopectin is around 80 to 85% of starch and it is water insoluble component. So question amylopectin, that is around 80 to 85%. So that is our 100 MCQ from the chapter biomolecule. Wait for the remaining chapter. We will come with you 100 MCQ from each chapter. We have to crack our upcoming competitive exam, board exam, everything with a good result. Keep practicing, dear. All the best.